So before you ask, no, this is not an auxiliary pack for the Propel Pivot. It was just an easy way to get it here, and to be honest, a little bit of clickbait because I wanted you to stick around. This is the Bluetti AC70, and it's actually quite special, especially for us e-skaters, and I'm going to tell you why.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?
So let's take a closer look at the AC70 from Bluetti. I've already mentioned, I think this device is extremely exciting, especially for us PEV riders, for one big reason. It can actually charge our devices. I can charge up the Propel Pivot, I can charge up my M10-4, I can even plug in my GoPro and my phone and charge them all at the same time. I have had a number of portable power stations in the past, and as soon as I plug in my electric skateboard, it trips the fuse. Now, some of the tech specs really quickly, it is about 10 kilos or 22 pounds, so it is very, very portable. Has a really comfortable, easy to use handle built right in, so there's nothing flimsy to pull out or push in or anything like that. It's just part of the body, part of the shell. It has 7 outputs, including 2 100-watt USB-Cs and 2 AC 240 volts right there on the front. So you can plug 2 devices in there and power them at the same time. Now, looking at the battery capacity, it's 768 watt hours, so it's a really good sized battery in there, and they are made up of that LiFePO 4 cells. So they have 3,000 cycles and a 10-year lifespan. So this power station should last you a very long time and not need replacing every 12 to 24 months, like some of the cheaper options out there. A couple other features of the AC70, it has one 12-volt output right there, so you can charge up any of your car devices or run any of your car devices like a vacuum or an air pump, that sort of thing. It has fast charge for the actual power station, so you can charge this from 0 to 80% in 45 minutes. Again, that's a really big deal for this type of device, that, you know, if you need to, you can whack this into the wall and charge it up and chuck it in the back of the ute, chuck it in the back of the car, take it camping, whatever you need to do, and you know you've got a whole heap of power to run the devices either out in the bush or at the home if you have a power outage. Another feature they've added into this, and it's something I haven't seen before, it may exist, I haven't seen it, it's called Power Lift mode. So with these portable power stations, what I found when I've reviewed the last couple is that it will run a lot of devices, but it can't run those devices that require a whole heap of power instantly, like a coffee machine or a hot water jug or kettle, depending on where you are in the world. This has Power Lift mode. So if you plug this in and you plug your kettle in, turn it on, it will probably trip. You can go into your app, turn on Power Lift mode. You can leave it on, you don't have to turn it on constantly. Once it's on, it's on. Turn on Power Lift mode, and it enables and it lets more power go instantly to those devices so it doesn't trip the fuse. So turn it on, does the power lift, drains a little bit more power than it probably should, gets the device going, and then slows those watts down again and enables you to use those devices that you historically haven't been able to use on this type of portable power station. I really like this, but one side point, I don't have to have the power lift function on for my Nespresso coffee machine. I can pour an espresso and froth milk straight into the 240 volt, power lift mode not on, and I can charge my electric skateboards in standard mode, no power lift mode on at all, which again, I was really surprised and impressed. The last thing I want to talk about before we end the video is the app. On the last Bluetti, I didn't bother downloading the app. I'm not a big fan of apps for devices. I just like to use them, you know, I don't want to be mucking around. I've got to say, the app on this is actually really nice. It's really nice to be able to monitor it remotely. So I can have this plugged in my shed charging, I can connect to it, and I can see exactly what the output is, what the input is. I can see if it's on AC, DC. DC. I can switch between the two. So I may have my skateboard plugged into the 240 and my rechargeable vacuum cleaner plugged into the DC. I can alternate, I can check, okay, my skateboard's almost full, or it's been on charge for 2 hours. I'm gonna flick the AC off and I'm gonna put the DC on. And I can charge up that vacuum cleaner. Don't have to get off my seat, and I can see it all from inside the house. It's a really simple to use app, but it is a really nice companion app. It's not completely necessary except for the power lift mode, but I'm really glad they've got it because it does just make it even more usable. So that's really all I wanted to talk about for the AC70. Just one last point I wanted to make. This is really is a safety device to have in your house, depending on where you live. You know, we're here in Brisbane where we're getting, I said 96 degrees today, Fahrenheit. There are rolling blackouts happening. You can have this in the shed, just leave it on charge. It stops charging when it's full. And if you lose power, you can plug things and you can temporarily run devices in your house. You know, you can run one of those breathing machines, a 40 watt one, for 12 hours. You can have a blender going for 1.2 hours. You can charge your iPhone, I think 45 times, something like that. Don't quote me on that one. It is just, to have this in the shed and just to know you've got it is peace of mind. And that's why I really like this. Yeah, and again, you can take it with you and plug your coffee machine in, plug your skateboard in. I don't know, for me it makes sense. The link and any applicable discount codes will be in the description below. If you've got any comments or questions, chuck them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, the AC70 from Blue Eddy, awesome device. Do yourself a favor and check out the website. And for all those who thought Propel had a, what are we gonna call it, a range extender, I'm sorry I tricked you. It was intentional. I hope you have a great Christmas. But that is the end of the video, gang. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to skate safe, wear a helmet, get a power bank if you need one, and we'll see you really soon.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?